this video we will learn how to insert a new empty subpalette on the controls or functions palette. After we create a subpalette, we can add objects to the subpalette. Empty subpalettes or subpalettes that contain only items that LabVIEW is unable to find are only visible when editing palettes. If the palette uses an icon format, a question mark on the palette indicates that the LabVIEW cannot find the object on the palette. If the palette uses a text format, objects with an X mark on a pinned palette and dimmed objects on a temporary palette indicate that LabVIEW cannot find the object on the palette. Go to Tools, then Advanced, and from there select Edit Palette Set. The Edit Controls and Functions Palette Set dialog box appears. Select the palette you would like to create a subpalette in. For example, let's select Users Libraries and then right click the palette and select Insert Subpalette. The Insert Subpalette dialog box appears. From here, select Create a new palette file .mnu. This will insert a new empty subpalette. Click OK button. A file dialog will appear. Here, let's enter the name to use for the MNU file. Let's say subpalette example. Let's add the MNU extension indicates that it is a palette. We must store each subpalette we create in a separate MNU file. Let's click OK. And the Edit Palette Item Name dialog box appears. Let's enter the name of the new subpalette. Let's call it example subpalette and let's click OK. And the example subpalette appears. So let's go to the Edit Controls and Functions palette and click Save Changes. Press Continue. VI appears. Let's right click, go to the user palettes, user libraries, and there is our empty sub palette.